Hello, everybody. There's actually nobody here, but I'm going to speak as if there is. Welcome to the Wellness Timeout, and I'm barefoot, but you don't need to be barefoot to complete this exercise. We're just going to go ahead and put our feet about shoulder width apart. Don't cross your legs and roll your shoulders back. Hi, oh good. Hi, Annie. Welcome to the Wellness Timeout. We're just rolling our shoulders backward, sitting in a chair. I know we're all very thankful for our home office and the opportunity to connect on Zoom, but sometimes we find ourselves hunching and having poor posture because we're on technology so much. So rolling our shoulders forward is very useful to help with that rounding of the shoulders, and it helps us focus on bringing our shoulder blades together in the back, lifting our chest and tucking in our tummies, which is very essential for good posture. And so also stretch and lengthen the sides of our body too. I like to focus on stretching and also the rotation. So the rotation is like so. And you guys can breathe. And then we're just going to do a chest stretch. Super simple. I said chest. It's not the chest. It's the shoulders. This would be a chest. You're welcome to stand up for the chest as well. Kind of interlace your fingers behind your back like so, and then go forward. Or stay like this. Whatever feels best. And also when you're standing, go ahead and check your standing position. A lot of the times we let our ankles roll in, or we let our feet go out, turned out feet or turned in feet. We want straight feet, and we want knees soft, not locked this way, but soft, and tuck in the tummy, and hips are square. So we can go ahead and check that posture and do this again, just stretching up and switching it. You guys can go on your own time as well. You don't have to follow my lead completely. And then we're going to do a little something different, a little twist to this. We're going to cross our right foot on our left, and you can just stay here and stretch and see if you feel anything in your anterior tibialis, which is the outside of your calf. That can get very sore in some people, and if you don't feel anything, just stretching that way, go ahead and come forward, and you should feel it in the outside of your calf, right here. That's called your anterior tibialis. And go ahead and come up if you feel ready. And we're going to do the other side. So stretch up, breathe, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, and then back down to stretch the anterior tibialis one more time. Feeling that stretch, I hope, and coming on up. This is a little active here. What I want to show you guys is having feet shoulder width apart, toes forward, knees are soft, tummy's tucked in, chest is proud. There's a lot to think about. So what happens is our hips, they get really tight. We sit all day, they're super sore. So I don't know if we do this exercise enough. It's a crescent. You open. It's literally called hip opener. And it can feel very odd at first and unnatural, But the more we do it, the more our hips will thank us, especially if we are exercising on the daily, if we're running, if we're doing any kind of cardio, and we're always going forward. And so our hips are just getting very tight and very sore. We demand a lot of our hips. So we're gonna go ahead and do these crescent hip opener exercises, and that will help tremendously. Do a few of these every day, just opening it up. It's like you're about to do a roundhouse kick, but don't actually do that. Like in martial arts, but you're just gonna open up your hip. Open up. There you go, and we're gonna switch sides. One side might be a little bit more easy, might be a little bit easier to open than the other. I taught a kickboxing class, and of course it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, and super fun and really upbeat class. And this was the one thing that everyone was having a lot of trouble with, including myself, because it's hard. And eventually it's a roundhouse kick. But I mean, I invite you to try that. That is not easy. That's not an easy move at all. Because of those hips, like, it's hard. They're very tight. And they're weak. Mine are. For a person who works out and teaches exercise, I thought, why are they so weak? So, because I don't work enough. So yeah, so you are doing great. Just keep on going, just a little. And you might feel a pull. You might feel a little pull. It's okay if you do. This is a great exercise to do. I've been chatting it up. I think we did like a minute on each side. You guys can do 3 sets of 8. Kind of, that hopefully felt good to you. And then a little bit more working with the hips. So you can hang on to a chair if it helps. And just go ahead, make sure you feel it. Hips are square. There we go. I actually feel a pop in my hip when I do this. But this is a great office exercise. Got everything you need, a chair. It's almost like a little bar class. And just keep going. If your hip is popping, that's pretty normal and pretty natural. And I'm gonna just scooch over to the other side. So you have one side that's probably gonna be more challenging than the other. You guys can kick it up like a little intentional kick. There you go. And also, you're gonna be bracing your side, your obliques, and keeping the standing leg soft. And don't grip the chair or whatever you're hanging on to too hard. Just kind of hang on to it. One side's harder than the other, and it's okay. It's normal. Keep on going. All right. So graceful. Think about you're a ballerina. Gentlemen can be ballerinas too, by the way. All right, so we have 309. Okay, that's good. So just a little quick thing here. You guys, there's this warrior 3 pose in yoga, and you can use your chair or your desk. And think about your toe being pointed, you're strong, you have squeezed glutes, and your hips are square. And just kind of alternate that. It's kind of a nice motion. There's kind of a good exercise if you want a little bit of We don't really want to work out at your desk and sweat a bunch, but if you just want like a little activator, good for the lower back, good for the glutes. And so maybe we should do 8 little leg lifts or so. And we'll just do like 8 on each side, just a quick one, you know, just lift up. And we're gonna squeeze our glutes so that our hamstrings aren't doing all the work. And then I'll do another little stretch. Okay, go ahead and switch it. Okay, and then one of my personal favorite stretches, I probably have done this with you before. Feet are a couple shoulder widths apart, arms are up. And just bring that right hand to the inside of the right foot. And look up at those fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. And then bring it back and do it on the other side. Look up at those fingertips. And then you're gonna go ahead and bring it in, shoulder width apart, good posture, and just lift your arms above your head and do some swaying palm tree for me. Sway palm tree, back and forth. Lifting your chest, relaxing. And then of course, I'm gonna do one of the most used stretches, but it's for a reason. We have very, very tight quads in our daily life. We just get really tight in our quads because our quads are very overworked. So this is a great exercise just to stretch out the front of the thigh, which is the quad. Feels really nice. And this is another good one. If you have your chair handy and you need a little help with the balancing, you can go ahead and grab onto that chair. You're gonna stretch your quads throughout the day because when we sit, we get shortened. I think it's hamstrings. I know we get like, it might be quads. I know our quads are overworked, so they're probably not shortened, but our hamstrings. So it's nice to stand up and do a little movement. Oh, this feels pretty good. Okay, good. So you're just gonna, actually, if you just wanna be here, you guys can just stay right here. It feels really nice and it's a very good stretch. And then I do have one more. If you can put your palms together. This is a good stretch. It looks kind of more daunting than it is. I wasn't sure if I could do it, so I practiced right before this. And it's not bad at all. So that works. And then one more too for the posture is you have your hand here. You guys have seen me do this before. And you're just gonna, if you're in the shower, you have a washcloth here. You also have a washcloth here, or no, you have one washcloth in your hand in the shower. I'm silly. I'm being very silly. So here's your washcloth, and then you're reaching for it. So you're gonna try to grab it, because you want to wash your whole back. And I tend to do this with my back. Don't do that with yours. Don't do my mistakes. And then of course you're gonna switch hands. One might be easier than the other. And this should feel good. Sometimes this feels good on my tight triceps. I have tight triceps. In fact, I get tight everywhere. I'm sure you guys do too. And then that pretty much concludes the wellness timeout, but I also want to always encourage you guys to roll your head around. And then just lift your shoulders and drop. And then you're rejuvenated, I hope, and ready to continue on. And thank you so much for joining and listening. And I will see you on Thursday, same time, 3 o'clock. Have a great day.